Oh dear. What is happening? And this time again for some coding. That is what is happening. Are we live? We are for 15 seconds already. Good. Let's crank up the music here. Just a little bit. So good. Good. And what are we doing here? What is this, by the way? That is nothing. Let's look at some code instead. I mean, technically, this is code, right? Anyways, what we're trying to do is make an asset for the Unity engine. And the Unity engine is fantastic. Is a C# framework. And let's see what we got so far. Good. Oh dear. My lungs are beaten up. I was sick a lot as a child. Never got proper medicine. Good. That's not true. I would be dead if I hadn't. But let's see what's going on here. We're going with a little guy here, and we can move through the dungeon, and the lower part of the dungeon, the tiles, we're moving on, they're lighting up. Good, and those are the host tiles. Right. But it doesn't feel so great. Also, we can jump. The longer we press the spacebar, the higher we jump. And if we look at the infinite open world, we see that it is made up of tiles that have a collider added to them. And these colliders are approximately this in size. And if we are jumping around, jump around, and jump out of one collider and jump into another collider, then all of a sudden our code will no longer work. Because the host tile should be where we are, or in the approximately. Good, and what is this? Why is this working? This probably will break. If we mess around too much, no? Interesting. Could we leave the code already as is? Because sometimes we go places. Let's just jump around like crazy and see what happens. This is unbelievable. Ah, we fell down. We fell down. And we're not sure where we are. Let's go back up and come back here. Dum, 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 dum. It's already a game. It's already a game. We can publish. Steam, here we come. We go to the Steam and charge money for this fantastic game. We call this game Infinite Open World. No, what we're doing is an asset. It's crazy. Should we leave it at that? All right, let's test some more. We teleport over here, and what if we keep going down? In theory. Yeah. Yep. This needs work. This definitely does need work. The dungeon is not breaking. That's good news. But how do we fix this? So first we have to write a workaround for for the script firing too much. Why? Don't know. Let's have a sip of liquid here for a moment. Oh man, I'm out of juice. So, oh dear, sorry. The big issue we had in this playtest is that we're going downwards, and oops, what happened? Now it completely broke. Yeah. Boom, boom, boom. So last test we were going downwards and the dungeon was moving upwards. So the problem here is the code should not even fire, because now it fires. Maybe when we're still touching. That's the workaround. So that will stay there. We don't need to move the dungeon when we're so close to the center. Are we still functional? So the last time... Yeah, this is... Why does it break? Ah, because the math is wrong. And we're so far down because it doesn't know where we are, really. Right? It's still trying to follow us, and now it completely broke. Good question. Fantastic question. Now, we do have here for testing. It says here just for testing. Something that will help us immensely. Also, the test player character, since we have bigger tiles, let's move a little bit faster. Let's move double the speed. Just for cakes. So now that the free running is off again, we will not have any dungeon breakage anymore. Ever. Oh! But we do. What is happening? That's crazy. Why is this happening now? Oh, we're moving the camera. That's also cool. But oh, were we too fast? Yeah, we may be too fast if we go the other way. Let's try one more time. So just go. No, this is. Oh, is the math simply wrong? Oh, that would be terrible. That would be really bad. Let's go left and right where we can see. I'm looking at the game screen now. Let's go right, and then we break. Why do we break when we go right? Or maybe just going right is broken? That would be an easy fix. Down, up. Oh, up is also broken. My guess is everything is broken that goes beyond. The boundaries put in there. Yep. Infinite open world. I think this math is simply wrong. There is another exception we have not considered. But maybe we don't even need it. We don't need this pathing host tile math. That would be good. Let's save and see if that is the issue. Good. So we're going in, and then we can run the other test as well again. Oh no. There's a bigger issue even than that. And that is a bit rough, because we had it working perfectly before, and then we were messing about. This is a huge setback. How do we fix? So what was going on here? Don't think anything is wrong over there. But what did we change with the math? Oh yeah, we were putting in the return. But that can't be right. What else do we do? The pathing host tile does not matter. Not using this. Not even using this at all. How come this doesn't work anymore and the other way it works? Host tile equal new coordinates. No big deal. Maybe because we need a double fire? Maybe this is firing blank? If this, then everything happens, including the return. And that is a problem. Because we want to see if the other things are also working. That is a bit of a shame. How do we fix? We really don't want to optimize the code down to having 4 of these and then giving us a direction and then having a switch statement. But this is probably exactly what we have to do. Maybe it's gonna even be more readable. Who knows? The good thing is we have identified the problem. And if you're watching this for the first time, then there's no chance that you can follow along. And even if you haven't written this code, then you probably cannot follow along. That's a bit rough. But you have to take my word for it. The problem is we're firing here, and then we're returning, having nothing done. But why then is something happening? So maybe we have not identified the problem. Let's look at the playtest one more time. 1, 2, 3. And then we're at -3, -2, -1. And then we're going back to 0 and we're not firing. Why are we not firing here? And if we go one more, then we break. Yep. This is weird. We're not firing over there. Not firing at all. And the idea, we're not firing at all. Wait, this is what we predicted would happen actually. So we are correct in the assumption that we cannot return every time, because these are overlapping things. All right. So let's make it even readable. This is coming in from the top. I hate to do this. So we could have an enumerator. Or we could have a string. We could have numbers. There is no direction variable, is there? Yeah, this is so stupid. C#. Direction variable, and if it's gonna give me a vector 3, I'm gonna really store subject direction gentle rotation. That was really dumb. This is an enumerator would be probably this is just And this is just a design choice, nothing else. We can use whatever we want. We can use colors. We can use okay, we're just gonna use a string. This is so embarrassing. And that's just because we're too lazy to just write up an enumerator. We were writing up enumerators like crazy over here. But we don't know how to use them, is the problem. Because we haven't used them for a long time. Are we using an enumerator here? There is an I enumerator. What is this? This is something completely different. That's a coroutine. This is very old code. We're looking at now. Drop down item is a bool. Button type equals 0. Button type, is that an enumerator? Maybe. Just derping around in old code. Player input. Oh dear. Oh dear, this is the old input system. We will have to make it anew. So where are we even using these many enumerators that we defined over there? Because I want to know how to use them. Button type. Right. Open drop down. Button type, race, class, heritage, character type. We are using them in the buttons for sure. Open drop down, transform game object, circle, animate entry, drop pick. We're making our own buttons here. Clicked on, transform, so there's pick choice. Valid options, there are arrays. Hide on open. Yeah, would be probably more reasonable just to look it up how to use an enum proper. Open drop down. Menu back. Get component drop down proper. Why is this? No, we're looking for I think we might have used this here. No. Surely we have used this enum. One hit and 1, 8 hits. Class. Oh, this was the old one. This was only 1 hit. We're not using the enums, are we? 2 hits, huh? Ah, good. So you can just say as a property and then that, right? We will have to look it up. Definitely. Don't know how to use an enum. But let's define one. Copy. Good. We want to look smart here, don't we? And you can define them literally anywhere. Let's define them up here. Public enum. We're going to call it come from. Come from. That's that's great. That's amazing. An amazing name. I have so much taste. Here, wait, we need 4 things. top. Is there a select all bot? Surely there is. Top bot, and then we had left, and then we had right. Did we? Very possibly. I don't know. Come from. Infinite open world. Start. No, we have to define it here. Dun, 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 dun. Good, we get a come from, and it's called, well, it should be called come from, but it can't be called like that. Come from. The longer you look at the word, that is completely made up, because it's two words really, right? The more it looks made up. Public come from. Great. Good. Would that even, is this taken? Is this how you use enums? Do you use enums like this? Yes, of course. Hey, somebody knows how to code. Good. Anything else we need to do? Oh man, we need to rewrite the complete method there. Infinity. Ba-dum bum beep bum. This is horrible. I don't want to do this. So we're not returning. And where do we put the exclusion? Yeah, we can put it anywhere after the iteration here. So that's fine, but this all is not. We need a new if statement. If come from equals, and can we type in a string or? If come from equals come from top. I have no idea if this is correct. If this is correct usage. Let's see what error it throws. And then we can find out how to fix it. Oh. Huh. This is code. Who would have known? Avatars and top row moving bot. Alright. Ay. Iterator. Player coming in from the top. Good. Actually, whoops. Where's my code go? Oh no. My code has gone. It was just an what did we do? Undo, redo. How is this not working anymore? Anyway, our comment is gone. Good. Are we is player character coming in from the top? Come from equals. And what was this weird thing? We can just say 0 now, right? And then we're coming in from the top. If come from equals come from top. Good. This is of course here would now be the switch statement, right? Except no. Because both things can be true, but what if both things are true? So why are we doing this now, optimizing the code? And it's not even optimized, it's gonna be more, not less. Also, I'm completely disrupted in my train of thought because the neighbor who should just, please, everybody, do everybody a favor, Mr. Neighbor, and just die. Honestly, he's such a drag on the environment. And he's slamming the gate into my home. This would never occur to me. Build a gate into the wall of my neighbor. I would never think of this. I don't have it in me. Like every day, yeah, f this guy, bam. What is this? This is not a person. This is garbage. But anyway, let's move on and solve this problem. And then there's the airplane coming. I can't. Having a nervous breakdown. This is so painful. This is just painful. Anyway, let's code some. Maybe it's therapy, right? In fact, there's nothing wrong with me. If you punch somebody in the face and they feel pain, nobody is gonna say, hey, wait a minute, you got punched in the face, something's wrong with you. Nobody's gonna think this. But if somebody has psychological pain, hey, something's wrong with you. Anyways, come from equals 0. And then we're coming in from the top. We remove all the thingies because we said, yeah, that is the case. But why would we actually do this? Why would we make it more complicated with the enumerator? If that is the issue, what will the enumerator help? Because we need to go through this, right? We need to go through all of this anyhow. The issue is not that we do not believe this. So instead, we are removing the returns. That is what we should do. Just test first. Test first if everything is alright again before we make changes we regret. Alright. Oh, what the heck now? What happens? Token if, invalid token if. Oh yeah, 206, sure. Sorry about this, my mistake. My mistake. Good. Alright, fix it. And then we see if that was the issue of the dungeon not working. We go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, infinite. Oh. And we break upwards. Why do we break upwards and not leftwards? That's weird. And rightwards we also break immediately, huh? This also looks like we're jumping a lot. Oh, there we cannot see. I think we might be just too fast. That's why it's breaking. So if we go slow, no issue. Oops! I think we're just too fast. I don't... This is... Man, oh man. Also, we want to test better. Let's do something else here. Sculpts, prefabs. Video size 1. Video tile size 1. And we give us a bunch more tiles. Here, 10, 20. Dum bum bum bum. Good. And then we move. And it immediately breaks. Why does it immediately break? Why did it immediately break? This is just an issue of being too fast. Did we change something with the tile feature code? We checked this before, but maybe we missed something. No. No, we're popping in there. But it is like it's just too fast. What were to happen if we do this? Just out of curiosity. Also, why is this guy not half size anymore? Is it? Maybe they are. They are. Good, let's see if this works. Whoops! Not if we jump down. There's a lot of work to be done here. So he's half size. He walks only 5 fast. But the first is an issue. Wait a minute. Good, we're going to the right. And should not the host tile be colored? Which one is the host tile? Cannot say. We hit it in the inspector. Let's look at the code. Transformation material color sign. Host tile. It immediately goes boop. We have our coordinates action. Wait, did it fire? 3, 6, 9. Can we tell with a huge grid? Possibly not. Let's do a 7 by 6. I know it says 6 by 6, but we have a 0 tile in the middle. Good. So we go whoop. And this seems immediately. Is it because we're jumping up and down? Surely not. The grid looks normal. Oh, it went into the wrong direction. Nah, we just messed up the math somewhere. Again. This used to work. And now the math is messed up. What were we doing? Well, safe to say the pathing host tile workaround is not working. Let's get rid of that. This workaround needs to go. Just want to read now. Maybe because the exclusion is inside? That's it, isn't it? The exclusion is so important then that it cannot be inside. Good, it must exclude every time before we test again. Huh? Yeah. Good. Coming in from the top. Exclusion. Good. Make sure to reset it every time we check where we're coming from. That is key, no doubt. No doubt. And now we can return. Nah, that's not. That's not. Good. End of infinity, wait. So the last one we don't have to exclude? Surely. We don't exclude here. So last one we would not have to do it. But let's do it for symmetry's sake. Symmetry, my good friend. Symmetry, Castle Walski. Good. Compile. Run. And please just work. Good. Oh no, not good. Man, it was working so nice and now it was working for a long time. Going all the way to the right. All the time, no problem. Going all the way to the left. All the time, no problem. So we just have a little bit of a math error on the up and down axis. Surely, because this is working nicely here. This is great. And amazing. Good, now we go up. Oh, I think I know actually why it broke. Because of the old issue of derping around like this. Then it immediately breaks. Alright, so, and in case you're wondering what is going on. The issue now is that we're on the border of two colliders. Let's make it visible like so. And if we go here on the right, and now we have the workaround, but if we go crazy like this, the workaround is not fast enough. We could disable the workaround and make it very visible. But I think I want to go back to the 3x3 as well. Just so we have something to look at. Good, we disable the workaround again. Just for testing. Alright. And maybe we should give it some speed as well. 10. Good. Wonderful. Now, oops. Boom, boom. Uh-huh. This is nice, isn't it? It looks a bit bad with a tile, but it doesn't need to light up at all. This is just for testing purposes. As long as we stay nicely in the middle, there is no issue whatsoever. Right? But now let's do a fringe case. Let's say we go in here, and then we go back to the time we came from. And that will already mess everything up. Yep. Good. So the idea was to have a delay in moving the dungeon. And that's just fine. The player will never notice. But if you download the asset and then you test it, you're gonna say, "Oh, why is this happening?" Well, for good reason, it's happening. I'm gonna explain it in a explanatory video on the YouTubes. But first things first, to get this all going and working nicely. So where do we check if we touch both colliders? Because when we move the dungeon, we want to only move the dungeon when we're no longer touching colliders. So we fire infinity, and the infinity must say stop if you're still touching a collider. But which one? The only one we know of is the host tile, the middle tile of the dungeon. And whatever that is, because it's changing every time in the coordinate system. Which one's the middle tile? It's a tile feature. Is a tile feature, but it does not say in the tile features if we are. Isn't that weird as well? We're keeping track of this tile feature somewhere else. But we're not going to flip a Boolean here on every tile if we can just hold this data in a single variable. Right, let's not be silly. Also, that doesn't even help. This train of thought goes nowhere. Good. So we move over. Trigger collider. We could say if we exit out this trigger collider, we enable infinity again. So if we exit out any of the tile colliders, infinity is getting enabled. Is this reasonable? Because we're entering in. That would be a super easy solution to all of our problems. Except, of course, we move over. No, that's cool. We move over to another tile. The dungeon moves, but we're still touching the collider. We change our minds and go back into the old tile. Now we're not sitting on the host tile. We're not sitting on the middle tile. And the dungeon is not moving either. So the next tile we enter will not be next to the host tile. That means we have to account for that in the infinity script. But we have to account for that anyhow because we want to add in teleportation of the player or jumping over the whole thing without it moving. Teleportation, really. Because the colliders, we're going to check for height as well. And when I say teleportation, in a real video game scenario, you're probably going to be respawning the player somewhere else. They're going to die and then boop, they go there again. And we want then the dungeon to be centered around the player again. Good. So let's try this solution. We thought we had this already played out in our mind and it did not work. But maybe we were wrong. Who knows? Let's make another mother here. And that's going to be called on trigger exit. Exit. And there we're going to enter the IOW script. And we're going to say infinity enabled. infinity enabled equals true. Good. This is one of those variables that are gonna get hidden in the inspector. Where did the come from? That's not. Maybe we still need it? Don't know. Good. There's a public bool called infinity enabled, and it equals to true per default. Right. Good. So we exit out and we enable it, and the infinity. If it's this easy, oh man, that would be so good. That would be so great. But what if we go do the infinity, never exit the collider, die, spawn somewhere else? That's like teleporting. Alright? So every teleport we'll have to enable the infinity again. Probably. Let's cross that bridge when we reach it even. Just getting the problematic workaround going for firing the script too much. But is this really doing anything? Because we have the same problem. Did we change something significant? No. We do have the same problem here. We go there, we go back. And this is the same as infinity not being enabled. Or did it fire now? Did infinity fire and nothing happened? Also, this would enable it again, so it would be enabled now. That's fine. Because then we teleport from the host tile on the left to here is the same thing. Alright, this worked, but we're broken. Disabling the infinity doesn't help. Because it's not even firing, that's the whole point why it breaks. Why it is breaking. So we're on the border here. If we go back, there is this idea that we should only fire if we're no longer there. Maybe we should just say this tile over here. Oh no, we're on the wrong tile. Keep a variable with the old tile. That's what we're saying. And when we exit the old tile and enter the new tile, then we fire infinity. So right now we're on the old tile, and then we exit and then we fire infinity. Then we don't have that problem. Is this really the case? And were we not trying this before and it did not work? Do not have a clue. Collider other, that's fine. So if we exit out and fire this, Then we need to bring the coordinates of which one? No, this is fine even. So why did this not work? I'm sure we tried this before. We exit out. Oh no, no, no. Because these coordinates are the new coordinates, that's why. So we don't know the new coordinates. And then we would have to write another collider, another on enter. That's bringing the coordinates. The problem is we don't like this. We don't even know if this works. And then rewriting everything. Because this is nice if we only find a way to make this really elegant. Really, really elegant. Have to think on that again. Alright, so we want to go here. And when we're on the border and go back, does this already break? And then enter again, it's going to say, wait a minute, we did something and now we should be broken, right? No, we're not. That's good news. So we're not breaking too easily. So if we go back to the tab we belong to, because we did not enter a thing, so nothing happened. So we just need to get the teleporting done. Then everything is cool. Just get the teleporting working. Because here we would be already teleporting. No workaround needed for anything. All we need to do is make this script, the infinity script, more robust. We're just running infinity, sending the coordinates. Nothing else. The whole style stays the same. Just testing something out now. And that is if the player can move around while the dungeon is being created. Yep. And it's also very good. Because we want to play the game, we don't want to wait for the map to load. That is the worst. That is terrible. That is the last thing the player wants to do. Wait until the frickin' map has loaded. Good, and then we're somewhere and then we're definitely gonna break. This is also too much loading. Let's see how the map breaks. And this is another reason why we need the teleportation script. Alright, the map is done and we're over there because we moved while the map was loading, and now we're gonna move here. Whoop, immediately and we're broken. Good. Or bad, rather. We need the teleportation. We need it. But how are we gonna do this? Oh, sorry. If anybody has a bright idea, I'm gonna make some tea. I will be back in 2 minutes. Alright. Good. Oh, bad, rather. So what we're trying to do is get a teleportation code in. Because as long as we stay here in the... on the game again. As long as we stay here in the center, no problem, right? Oops. As long as we stay here and then go, no problem. But if we're not in the center and go somewhere, the dungeon is going to break, like you can see there. It's breaking. Good. That's the long and short of it. Pathing host tile equals host tile. Do we still use this? We try to get a workaround here going. We already deleted a lot of this. Have to start over. Because that was just not working. That was never working. Actually don't like we have to do this again, maybe? Hopefully not. Pathing host tile. Yeah, the idea was to move the tile. To keep track of. But let's not. This is a terrible idea, probably. Since our dictionary is based on coordinate system, math is complicated. Very helpful. And we did not break anything. Oh. Exclusion is assigned, but value is never used. What? Embedded statement can be... I think we deleted a bracket there somewhere. Signed but never used. Signed but never used. Yeah, that's down here. What? We deleted something too much. Good thing we did not just continue on with our lives here. Infinity enabled equals true. Good. If also why is it a problem to delete this? And how is it a problem to delete this? Because we're just cleaning up our code, man. What are you thinking? Vector pathing host tile. Have it in there again. 244. We will find a different workaround. Surely. 272. Probably here we deleted that bracket on accident. Alright. Enough Joseph Stalin. Let's find a solution. Good. In the infinity statement, we're getting new coordinates. And those coordinates are always one tile from the left, one tile from the right. So we will not call infinity in these tile features, or when we are not adjacent to the host tile. Instead, we are going to call teleport. And teleport will be the infinity method, only working for all tiles up to the point where we need to go. That is so stupid. Why not just... The thing is, if you rewrite this and it's not going to work, then we have to find the default. Can we write infinity again and give it an overload? That would be... Oh, well, that would help us here. That would help us maybe. So we would overload it with... I don't know, a bool or something. No. Can we not find out how many tiles we are from the... We did this before. And then we will run this many times. How many tiles we are from where we started. Also, it's really annoying that the tile is not immediately teal here for our testing purposes. It's not going to have any color, or there's going to be an actual dungeon tile looking pretty, not like this. So it doesn't need to be teal, this is just for testing. But for testing it would be nice if it would be teal now. Alright. We go somewhere and then we have our teal tile. Good, good, good. Say we teleport over here, that would be 1, 2. So twice we run infinity, and then 1, 2 we run infinity twice again. We will have to find out the math there. And then how many times we run the infinity. And not only that, we have to give it coordinates every time. So we give it this coordinate, this coordinate, this coordinate, and that coordinate. Or this, and that, or this, and that. We have a span of numbers here. To visualize. So we can teleport. If we teleport from this -2 to that +3, that is also a thing. How do we know if we're going from this -2 to that +3 and not from this -2 to that +3? Oof. It's a miracle that this is already working so fantastic. Because it is, right? It is. It is working great. We can go wherever we want. As long as we're not doing borderline stuff. This is all fine. But the borderline stuff will work when the infinity is fixed. Maybe we need the enumerator. Maybe we need to find out which way we're coming from. But will this not be misleading? So we jump from -2 to +3. We have to go one way. Is this really the first thing we have to find out? Which direction are we going? And what if we go left? If we needed to go up, I mean, let's jump from here to there. And the game thinks we're jumping from here to there. That would not be good. We would end up here, or maybe over there. I think the way to actually do it is implement pathing. Oh my goodness. And then path an invisible player through. And then you know exactly. Well, the code knows exactly which part of the dungeon to move infinitely. Don't want to do pathing. We're gonna do an A-star tutorial. Does the cat like have A-star? I think Sebastian had an A-star tutorial. Well, one of those has a fantastic A-star tutorial. We'll have to do that again. We will have to do that anyhow, but I really don't want it in a simple thing like this here. We definitely know which tile we are in. So from that tile, from the host tile, we do a raycast. Oh, this is terrible. And then every time it collides. We add it to a list and then we iterate to the list. And then we call the infinity on those coordinates. The fat cat. The fat cat. How you doing, fat cat? Everything alright? What is going on? What is fappening in Fat Cat Town? How you doing? Is the Midwest affected? Are you living in a blue state or a red state? Probably you're the lucky one. You're living in the blue state. You're just sitting there and looking in awe at the funds going away for the poor and the egg price skyrocketing. Unfortunately, Red. Oh, did you call your senator? And did you attend a town hall meeting? Did you go to your town hall and shout it at the people? Because, you know, if your representative realizes that his conspicuous constituents we approach. This is not a political stream, but we have to do for a brief moment make fun of the fat cat living in a red state. So hold on to your testicles, to your constituents, because if your senator realizes, right, that his constituents are not going to vote for them next year, right? If he realizes, oh, I'm not gonna get reelected. They cannot. What is the leadership gonna tell me? That I'm out? That they're gonna fire me? I'm not gonna get reelected anyhow. So I better do what they say. Maybe I get lucky. So that's the only choice that you have, living in a red state. Go to your representative and tell them you're not gonna get reelected next year. Sorry. 26 is not for you. You have to vote no on anything people up there tell you, because it's a lie anyhow and it's not good for the people. So have you done this, fat cat? Have you done your civic duty and told your senator to disobey disobey the fraudulent leadership? Because as the Turkish say, if the clown is the president, then the country is a circus. These nuts, says the fat cat. Alright, that makes sense actually. Good. Oh man, anything to not code this teleportation. But we did have an idea here, and that is a raycast. How do we find out if a raycast is needed even? We don't find it out, we will just raycast. On Trigrenter. Gonna get a new ray going here, and we don't know how to do raycasts at all. This is completely new. And that doesn't mean we never coded one. Oh man. But let's refresh our memory here. Unity raycast code. Physics raycast. Origin. Oh, the screen is so bright. All of a sudden. Oops. I grabbed the wrong window. Is there no Unity? Oh man, what the hell? Is there no Unity documentation dark mode? Come on, Unity! Help us out here. The sensitive eyes front. Anyways, we're gonna draw a raycast. Layer mask! Oh no, please! Order update. Order of execution. Yeah. In the fixed update. Raycast hit. Does the raycast... Don't tell me we have to do this there in the fixed update. If forward transform direction raycast, if physics raycast, transform position forward 10, there is something in front of the object. And then we have a raycast hit. If physics raycast, pop. So we're gonna make a new physics raycast, right? New physics raycast, and the origin is possibly just the collider. Other, why not? Other position, that is the origin. This is the length. Dungeons and max. Oh. Math, absolute. Oh, come on. This is the length before we... Can I get the RP here? This is the RP. Here we are. Math infinity. Max distance infinity. Is this too long? The layer mask is default raycast layers. Sure. Good. Let's shoot it into infinity, which is probably a mistake. No. It's fine. Good. The position of the dude colliding. And then it's running through the coordinates. Because this is where we are. I mean, transform position. Times. How do I get the no. If we just put it a little bit up. We don't actually need this, do we? Keep it simple. We probably don't need it. Good. New if. What the heck is this? New physics raycast. And we call it ray. This is gonna work even. New physics raycast. Raycast ray equals physics raycast bub. And we're going to print ray. I wonder what they're gonna print then. Possibly nothing new. No. This This doesn't work like that. This does not work like that. New physics raycast, blah blah blah. Wait a minute. No, we're just writing it again. Raycast ray equals new physics raycast. And then we're gonna print ray. I have no idea if this is code or not. Probably not. How do you use this? Collider does not contain a definition for position. Yeah, alright. That actually makes a ton of sense. Good. The type name raycast does not exist in type physics. What? But the Unity manual just told me. Oh, it's a bool. It's a static bool. What the hell? Interesting. Good, raycast. Physics raycast. Why not? We just took it here. We need a different example. This is stupid. Raycast made easy. How about that? Do you have code here in this fantastic thing? Also, why is it so big? Origin direction. Ray, new ray, transform position ray, creates a ray. Create a ray manually. Can we create a ray? Because we tried this. Boom, boom, boom. Ray, new ray. This is very, very possibly not working like that. John French. Origin, direction, normalizing, can create ray manual. This is not going to work. Don't tell me this is going to work. Wow. It works. Who would have known? This is easy. So this should then print out true. If we're not completely wrong here. Let's run into something so that we raycast. No, it's not. It's reading it out. Interesting. Direction 0, 0, 0. Wait, what? Oh, yeah, because we're going in the middle. Direction still -1. What? Origin is our capsule. And the direction is just left to us. Now the direction is just bought to us. And now we're broken the dungeon. I don't know. Transform position. This is the thing we're looking into. Alright. Transform position direction. Is this from the origin, the direction? Because that would explain why the magnitude is so low. I hope everybody follows. Alright. What's the difference between print and debug log? And please don't tell me debug log is just gonna say true now. That would be hilarious. Bomb beam, bomb, bomb beam, bomb. Nope. This is exactly the same thing. And the direction is... Now the direction is again -1. Huh? Why is that direction going down on the x-axis? Why is it going up now on the x-axis? Or depending on how fast we run into it, probably. Alright, what if we teleport? Let's teleport over to here. Bam! Origin so far away. Direction? This is going to work. Or we do not know. How do we read out the hit? Maybe John French can help us out there. Da, 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 siren. Raycast hit data. Raycast hit data. Distance. Collider. Hit data collider. How to get the first object. Using a raycast hit variable with raycast will store information about the first object that is hit. This is the default behavior. It's typically how you just work. If it's not working, it's just like there's a different issue. By the way, raycast hit. Actually, for this trigger, you need to use a raycast. So to actually fire rays into the scene and check if they hit anything, is the raycast function. Huh? Good, we got the ray. And then we call the function to know what's going on. This actually makes sense there. Specify the ray that you've created into the scene and save information about anything that's in the raycast variable you declared. This works because of the out keyword. Yeah, that's great. Now we don't want to get the first. We want to get every hit. Every hit. Hit data, collide attack. Raycast hit. I've never been one to call up authorities to get things changed, says the fat cat. Well, tell your neighbor to do it then. Good. Unity. Ray. Cast. Hit data. P. Raycast hit. Articulation body. Distance. Collider instance. Instance of a collider. Let's just ask the Google. I'm sure they would if they weren't clowns. Damn it. Just attend a town hall meeting. Just attend a town hall meeting. Just for fun. Make a day out of it. And then when your representative says, this is actually good what the federal government is doing. Because then and that, and then you just shout, "That's bullshit! That's absolute bullshit, horseshit!" You have to shout this. I'm always working. You gotta say, "I'm working my schmass off here. I'm getting nothing in return. Get the frick out!" And then the representative is gonna say, "Oh dear, I think my constituents are really unhappy with my work. I'm not gonna get re-elected." And then you're gonna shout, "Illegal!" They're gonna say, so what they did there was birthright citizenship. That's not cool. We got rid of this. And then you gotta shout, "Illegal! Illegal!" Because it is actually against the Constitution to do this. Such terrible power. Why did I not hear? Because I was shouting? It could be. I didn't hear it play. Damn it. So what were we trying to look up? Unity find all collider hits raycast. Detect all collision points with raycast question and answers. I want to cast a ray and collect all the points where it collided with objects, but for some reason when I cast a ray, I get only one hit point. Oh, the point where ray exits the game object is ignored. Raycasts only detect one collision per object. Whoops. Workaround. Make another raycast. Oh. So we could fire an invisible bullet instead of a raycast. Could fire an invisible bullet instead of the raycast? Oh, wait a minute. Maybe we need the raycast to find out if we if we are inside of the adjacent tile or not. And then there's that problem again. Because come on, we can do this. Did we already break the dungeon? No. Now we're on the border, and now we broke the dungeon. Not yet, not yet. We can enter the host tile again. Oh, did things move now? No. But now, because we broke the dungeon there, then. All right. So we're on the corner now. We go here. And we enter another tile that is not adjacent to the host tile. How do we find out about this? Short of writing another Infinity script. This is a bit much. The session today is not going to end well. Nice spelling error there. Wait a minute. We can check if we're in the middle or not. If we're inside. If infinity only fires if we're inside of the host tile. that is the use of that. Within bounds, we had this before as a workaround, but we didn't know how to use it or where to put it in. Let's forget about the ray shenanigans for a moment, and instead, within bounds. How does this work again? Within collider bounds. What we were looking, how to check if the position is inside a collider. Collider, we have this open here. We have this open. This is unbelievable. Good. We check the Derber here, the trigger collider, and if then we run this. Good. If and also we only run this if IOW. What was the name of the host tile? Of course. Host tile. If IOW host tile. No. We have to check the tile itself and then grab the collider. No problem. IOW world grid host tile, and then we get the trigger collider. Luckily it's already there in the script. Oh, well, we have to get something here. Get component. Let's just get the tile features, why not? We could just get the collider, but that then is not guaranteed that we get the correct collider. That's why we're getting the tile feature script instead. And there we check the trigger collider, and the trigger collider needs bounds. Where is it? New transform position. If there it is. Bounce contains. Easy peasy. Good. Trigger collider bounce contains endpoint. What the heck is an endpoint? No. Contains, well, obviously other transform position. Good, then you run it. Otherwise, that means the script is, this is a safeguard. It must be. We tried to put in this workaround for breaking the dungeon before. Oh, what was this? We expect a parenthesis somewhere? But where? Oh, of course. Sorry about this. Good. And we had this workaround before. What? Spelling error? So why did we have this naming convention there with a capital? Don't know. The name hostile does not exist. 22. What? Oh yeah. Oh, ooh. That is actually correct. And the spelling convention is regular. IOW. Here we go. What now? It's a method which is not valid. Game object get component. What? Method is not valid for... Oh, we're not, this is super fast code. We're not allowed to use super fast code. Good. Box collider. host call equals zip good, and then host call the bounds contains. Let's not be super fast here. The game does not like what? I'm not allowed to do it directly. Come on. Vroop. Oh, what the hell? What the? My goodness. Alright. What are you telling me now? Identifier 19. Oh, man. It's never ending. It's never ending. But now it ended. Good, let's finally see if this safeguard works or not. Alright. So went back in. Alright, we're moving the dungeon. And we're on the border. And we're not inside the host tile, so no more breaking the dungeon, alright? Only when we're in the host tile. We're running the script. Ah, we lost the thing again. Alright, go back in. Beautiful. Oh no, and there it breaks. We were in for a second. This is here in the four corner states. 4 states corner borders. What's it called again? There in Texas and Utah and the 4 states border corner. I don't know what it's called. Doesn't matter. Damn it. So this was so nice. Why did it not work? So if we're here, no problem. But if we go on the corner again, there's a good chance breaking the map. And we just broke it. Maybe if we're going diagonally. Good. Let's go back to a smaller dungeon size, so we have an easier time testing. Good. And we flipped over there and it's broken. Why? So if we just go diagonally, will it break again? Don't know, let's find out. So we're out. Let's go in regularly. It broke. Maybe it has something to do with diagonally. So the safeguard is not working. The only actual safeguard that is working is glitching in the player character into the middle of the tile, so it doesn't touch too many colliders all the time. Please don't break. And if we go diagonally, it breaks again. Because we're going too fast? Or we are touching 2 colliders at the same time. we go diagonally. I think that is the actual issue. Good. The safeguard probably works. Should we go back to returning in every case here? The exclusion is out. Does not really belong there, does it? It needs to be on top, not on bottom. On top of this. Wait. This is iterating? No. I think we're gonna run in circles here. If we get the return back in, what will that do? It will run the exclusion and it will eject us out. Oh. So if we determine the direction with the enumerator and then know the direction beforehand, and what if it's two directions in the case of that? No problem. It's just gonna, one direction is gonna override the other direction. And that is why we needed to have the enumerator. The come from enumerator. So that we can put the direction first. And then run through these things. And we can return each one when it's done. So that we don't run double derp. But we don't need to return, since there's only going to be one direction now, ever. So this is going to run only once. Alright. And currently we cannot do this. Why? Yep. This is the only way. Which really makes us sad. Bool exclusion is inside the method complete. Is the plane come from the top? So we can come from the bottom with the exclusion. That is no big deal, right? Let's get rid of this confusing comment. And then we will do what we did before. If come from, no, if come from equals, oh, that's not equals, that's equals, equals 0, because that is top, right? Yeah. If come from equals 0, iterate dictionary to grab out and top, remove them, but that means we're coming from the top. Good, so this all that does here is find out come from equals 0. That's all it finds out. Good. That's all it does here. Is the player character coming in from the top? Right. And if they're actually coming in from the top, we iterate the dictionary to grab all tiles in the top row and move them bottom. Good. Now. Same thing for bot. That is a 1. Oh, why do we get a double derp here now? Good. Iterate, move them top. That is right. It's terrible we were using an enumerator. We could have used a byte. But whatever. This is... What variable is only 4 values? And what is the smallest variable you can do? Bool, that is 2 values. Well, whatever. It's something I mean, we could write it out so that we don't get confused. And that is the whole actual point. Come from, and we come from bot. Let's write it out. Come from equals come from bot, and we come from bot if we're coming in from the top. Yeah. Good. Let's cut this out. If come from, and this is then just going to be a switch, an elaborate switch statement, but we like enums, so we could show the if statement instead. And we would need the enum anyways. Good. Exclusion is gonna get falsified here. Before we start. And the question that we're having is up here. Is the player character coming in from the top? And then, is the player character coming in from the bot? Good. And we have to exclude every time before we start this question. This questionnaire. Alright. And we can also write this readable, right? If come from equals come from top. Good. And here our result is come from 1. Good. Wonderful. If come from top. Should we give it here also a comment? Yes. Case 1, player is coming in from the bottom. Top? Oh dear. Coming in from the top. And that is case 0 actually. Let's not get confused here. Iterate dictionary to grab all tiles and to row and move bot. Good, and here is the case 1. And this is all, oops, we press the insert button. This is all for the sake of readability. So that anybody understands this code. If Fat Cat reads everything here, they're going to understand, there's a case number 0. Player is coming in from the top. And then we're going to iterate the dictionary, grab all tiles in the top row and move them bottom. Easy peasy. He can understand, and he's not that good of a coder. He's a great coder, but he's not that well versed. Good, map is done. We have to continue on. No more Joseph Stalin. Is the player coming from the top? Is the player coming from the bottom? Let's copy paste again, or cut it out here. Rip it off like a band-aid. Let's copy paste a little bit. And what is the next case? Left. And is it the next case here as well? Just move them left. No, the next case here is right, actually. Coming in from the right. That's case 3. Not left. And there's an easy fix. Right. Left. Good. Go to the bottom, move them top. Go move them left. Come from right. And that would be the case 2. If come from, player is coming in from the right. Good. And this is a little bit like a switch statement. You could do this, but we hate them, so we're not doing them. Just the if is fine. Because only ever one is going to fire anyhow. So really don't see the point. It's just an alternate way of doing things. To go test from right column, move them to the left. Alright. And we have to find out if that is actually the case. So grab the stuff and put it up there where we find out what is going on. Good. Stupid airplane. Come from 2. Did we say case 3? No. Case 3 is then the last case. Good. Also, let's make this extremely readable. Is player coming in from the right? Good. Let's copy and paste this immediately here. We included the bracket. Let's keep that in mind. Good. Is player coming in from the left? Whoop. Whoop. Come from 2. Good. That's all right. If come from left, right? Iterate grab out test the left can move him to the right. That's exactly what we're going to do here. What is this? This is rough to put it in. We did it the other way around. But this must work. Good. Whoop and good. Exclusion false, go away. Don't need it over there. Hostile new coordinates. Pathing hostile. That did not work. And we still did not implement the teleportation. So why did we do this all now? So that only one fires every time. So that the dungeon does not break. Let's go over here. Disable this safety net. Because only one safety net should be sufficient. What? Can I convert type int to come from? What? 206. Come from equals 1. Come from equals 2. This should be 3, by the way. Come from equals boom, 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 boom. Come from 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 0. Why is this 0 working? Because we can null it out? Error. Expected. 173. Huh? Thought this would work like that. We had we had an example of this somewhere. Anyway, I'm not gonna look for it now. That's alright. Top. But left, right, right, possibly, and then oh, the case 0 doesn't make any sense anymore. We meant to iterate through the enum. Alright, doesn't matter. Good. Let's see if the safety net works. And did we erase the other safety net, surely? Good. And it already broke? Yeah. It broke hard. What? No, I think the issue is where we don't know where we're coming from, actually. Well, here says left, right. Good. Please work. Dum. Good. It immediately breaks. Huh? Wait, it's also running the other things now. Afterwards. Should or should not be an issue? This looks extremely dry as well. How come it worked better before? Should just done a string instead of the enum. No big deal. Just more typing. Alright, let's think through this. Infinity runs. And then we find a direction. Will we find multiple directions? Node exclusion. Surely not. Good question. And then we have only one direction and only one of these will fire. And then the host tile gets new coordinates. And then Trinity ends. Infinity ends. Why is this broken and the other one not? I don't get it. Because what did we change really? We're immediately firing when we got a direction. So now maybe just returning out every time. Mushing it up together again, but this is a huge setback. So we go to the left. We strictly go to the left. Let's see if it breaks or not. Oh wait, maybe it's breaking because we're not sitting on... Oh no. Why is it not working when we go to the right? Is it not working at all when we go to the right? Yeah. Maybe it's a simple mishap here. Oh, here says cover bot. That's wrong. Left. Maybe that's all. And here says bot, and we're coming in from the top. What? He's coming in from the top. Oh no, that was the comment that was wrong. Not the actual code. Alright, maybe it's late. Let's see if it works or not. And what did we win even doing this? Don't know. Let's look at our right. This is fine. But diagonal is still broken. Or is it? Yep, it's still broken. Good. So why did we actually do this now? Because then only one ever runs, and we were hoping that that would be enough. But if we go diagonally, we're entering many colliders. So we should only fire... Good. We need a second safety net. Alright, right now we're only firing when we're inside of the host tile, so that's good. And the only thing we're doing now is preventing the dungeon from breaking. We're not even working on the teleportation. Oh. But it must be proper. Good, so we go here and there and everything is fine, but if we go diagonal then we touch many things and that is not fine. The first thing we touch. So we run this, and when we run it, we disable it. But then when we're diagonal, when do we re-enable it? We disable it until we exit any collider. And then when we're diagonal, then we're on the border again of two tiles, and then whoosh, it's gonna break again. There is another if statement we could do, and that is collider stay. Let's look at the code there. Unity collider stay code. On collision stay. On trigger stay. Good, on trigger says almost all the frames. Great, so it's useless in other words. We could simply count how many colliders we are colliding into. Count how many colliders we're gonna, and then when we exit out a collider, hey, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Infinite open world. We're going to give you an integer that is going to be hidden in the inspector, but not for now. I want to read it. Integer tile collisions equals 0. And when we enter a tile, in the tile features, on trigger enter, we're gonna say IOW. What did we call this? Collisions something. Tile collisions, right? Tile collisions. Blus blus. But only wait, only if we're host player game object. Oof. Alright then, sure. Oops, terrible, but if we're a host player game object, right, then we do things. And also we do this then, which is even more things. Let's move them over. Give you this. And we're going to say IOW tile collisions Plus. Good. And then on trigger exit. Actually, let's put it below here. Ding, boom, boom, boom. Exit. Oh, it's must be capitalized. Exit. And let's not forget its brackets. If cut it out. Oops. Cut it out here. And wait, hold on. Copy it. Was confused there for a moment because there was a chat bot, spam bot. We had to ban. On trigger exit, do this all. And that little bit. Minus. See if this script works. Boom. Well, it compiles. That's good news. Look at this new integer here. Tile collisions. We have one tile collision. And sometimes we have two. And if we derp around and break the dungeon, we had for a moment there 3 when we broke the dungeon. So let's put in another safety net. Good. We are not going to run. We're going to return the infinity. If map is not done or tile collisions, bigger 2. Just a little bit of a safety there to not break the dungeon. Good. We can try, but this fantastic dungeon is not breaking. Man, oh man. This is fantastic. Wow. So good. So good. And the teleportation is going to work as follows. It is insane, but it's actually a good idea. We are going to have a ball following around the player character. That's what we're going to do. And if they respawn somewhere, they're going to make their way over to the player character and move the dungeon. And that ball is going to be the dungeon constructor ball. But that is going to be for next time, which will be probably tomorrow. And tomorrow is packing time. We're going to pack our bags for Sunday when we fly to the United States of America. And then we're going to stay for 1 month. So it's going to be vacation streams. But I think I'm going to do some coding in the vacation. Probably. And maybe we're going to return to the auction and include it a little bit. An older version, of course. So that our mods that we're using are not breaking. And we can play the expensive DLCs and all that stuff. Maybe like that, yeah. But it's going to be a great time. Thank you guys for watching. And thanks for chiming in. And if you want to join the Discord, please do so. TinyCC, Dungeon Action, capital D, capital A, Hangout, and spam in the spam chat. And I'm going to see you next time. Have a good day and a good night.